shouldn't do.
Mm-hmm.
But
He being a naughty
he had a
boy.
good walk this morning. However, my friend her dog had pooped.
Mm-hmm.
And we were standing on the road while she was going down to the picnic area to put the poop in the trash can.
Yeah.
And she came running back towards us.
Mm-hmm.
Well, apparently that inspired Beau, and he took off running towards her.
Uh-huh.
Unbeknownst to me that it was going to happen.
Yeah.
And he jerks the leash out of my hand.
Okay.
And actually, I mean, he somehow or another, the
chain
prong collar
Just burst
came
off.
apart.
Yep, that can happen. Mm-hmm.
I couldn't
It's
imagine
scary.
how that could possibly happen.
Sure.
And I thought, is it broken? But I looked at it, it's fine. Put it back together, it's fine.
Mm-hmm.
But anyway, he had the zoomies for about 3 or 4 minutes.
Yes.
The grass was wet. And he would be zooming so fast, he'd slide in the grass. And by the time it was all over, he was soaking wet.
Yes, you were, you naughty boy.
Hello.
It just goes to show how, like, it's funny because he didn't run at the lady, right?
Oh no.
He just got excited, and it was like, it's like that trigger that just kind of turns on arousal. And it goes to show you why it's so important to have a dog be able to run off the leash, which is why my number one priority with every dog is to teach the owner how to have off-leash reliability so that they can not even have to drag a leash anymore.
Yeah.
So yeah, that definitely can happen with the prong collar. I've seen it happen a handful of times in my career. I was hanging out with my friend the other day, and we got right up to the door, and he shook his head, and the leash clip just came right off the little swivel ring. The prong collar was still on, but it can happen. So they do make leash backups that clip from the, you know how the leash has the leash head and the clip right here, but there's also that circle where the leash is.
Yeah.
It clips from there to the dead ring of the prong collar.
Okay.
So that way if the other one, or you can attach it to your flat collar.
I back up. The same as that. My favorite thing is when he has his lip.
Yeah.
I took a picture of it the other day. He's like,
You just a baby.
I'm mad.
Get over here, Goober.
I'm mad.
You are so silly. I just love him. I think he is so funny. I think you are the funniest little boy. I'm trying to find an angle where I can come snuggle. Come over here.
And that's wet. Oh, yeah, there you go.
Get over here. Get over here. Come here. I know you want to
He does this with our housekeeper. He loves her, but he does this.
You
He's
want to
so
play?
And she's tiny. She's just
Yeah.
little bitty. But he loves her, but he won't settle down.
Yeah.
All right, you're having a good time. You're having a good time.
Did we talk last time about the e-collar? I can't remember.
No, we haven't talked about e-collars.
Gotcha. I have one with me that I want to show to you guys because I think that's kind of where I would like to go next. But I wanted to hear from you what you felt like you needed to work on because he definitely needs to be able to run off the leash, and that is, you could tell like he needs a yard if possible. But at the same time, not everybody has a yard. So if I can give you the ability to take him to like the greenway and have him just blast energy into the environment for a few minutes a day, he'll be so much happier. Let me go grab that and I'll show that to you really quick.
Okay.
And we'll see if he reacts the same way when I come back.
Where'd he go? Where'd your friend go? He sure did, babe.
Well, now Anthony says he wears an XL.
Well, the door was in. I'd probably trust Jenny more because she washes them, so. I mean, we can return it and get it in XL, but
Well, we'll see what happens.
I'm just so proud of him he wants to wear it. For a diehard Kentucky fan, I think that's great. I have my SEC shirt. I haven't worn, and I think I've ordered it before Oklahoma and Texas were on there. I'm not sure, but that was what I was intending to do. I've had it are you doing? You think he chased him off? I don't think so. Okay, look, he's back. Okay, he's looking for a toy.
Good.
He's looking
Nice
for a
job.
toy to give you.
Yep.
Stop there. They do that.
Yeah.
I swear.
Yeah, it's great. I actually really like it. I think it's a great behavior.
They all the staffies do that every time
Yeah.
you read about them.
So you'll notice, and you're starting to notice it now, that you're gonna hit a wall at some point where it comes to fulfillment, unless he can run off the leash. And that's honestly, I would say 90% of my clients who never get to the off leash portion, they always come back. They're like, we're having behavioral problems. I'm like, I know why, because we never finished. The dog, there's two parts of this. One is the relationship. The dog doesn't know that you can put on pressure or a correction at a distance. That's the first thing. The other part of it is they never get the actual fulfillment of being able to just be a dog, right?
Exactly.
So, you are so cute. Yes, you are. I know, you got corn. So this is the main e-collar that I recommend. It's a Dogtra ARC, and I'm gonna let you feel this here in just a second, but I wanted to describe it to you first. So the way that the e-collar works is I teach the dog how to turn off the low level stem as pressure first, usually. If I can, I will do that. There are some dogs that they're so aggressive coming out of the gates that I have to just have the owner put it on them before I even get to the home and say, well, I'm not going to get bit, so I'm going to have you correct the dog for the reactivity, and then I'm going to tell you to redirect them to something else. So you notice how his redirection is to grab that, right?
Yeah.
So when someone comes through that gate or knocks on the door or rings the doorbell, instead of the explosion, you have him, let's say, for example, go to place or something like that. So what happens is that becomes the trigger that sends him to place instead of you saying the command place. Does that make sense? So I'm automating the behavior of give me space. So you notice when I came back in, he gave me space. He was like, okay, because I punished him. I gave him a little pop. And he goes, I didn't like that, right? I'm a sensitive boy. So that's what's nice is that this has some of that lower spectrum stem that allows me to be able to kind of teach him through the pressure, and then eventually to say, just so you know, the same thing that I used as pressure can also be used as punishment. So same thing with the leash, right? So the way that this turns on is there's a little blue button on the side right here. I won't go too into detail until you get your own, but this has actually buttons for 2 dogs. If you wanted to get a second receiver, you could. And then there's a little constant and nick switch right here, and then there's a dial that changes the levels, and it goes from 0 to 127, okay? So I want you to imagine that this line right here represents the whole spectrum of electricity that's legal to put on a dog. So that would include shock collars, invisible fence collars, etc. This system starts at the low end and goes till about 3/4 the way up, somewhere around here, okay? A shock collar starts at like a level 35 on this, which is considered a shock, okay? There's no pressure there, that's all punishment. So it starts here and it goes all the way to the top. Now some shock collars, they're not all created equally. Some of them have like 16 to 20 levels, some of them have 10, some of them have 100. But the key is it starts at a very aversive correction, so I can't really teach the dog how to turn it off as pressure. Now, that's just my own personal preference. If someone else chooses to use a shock collar exclusively, let them do it, whatever, I don't care. For me personally, these are like my babies. Like, I love them, and I want him to understand, hey, I'm gonna teach you how to turn this off as pressure first, and then if you blow me off, it goes up, and I go up very quickly. And I go up to the level that is incrementally going to interrupt that thought process. So instead of going 10, 11, 12, 13, letting him desensitize to all these lower levels, I'm gonna go 30, right? Like if someone knocks at the door and you bark, you get a 30. And that means that you have to go straight to your place. So if I have to correct you, automatic behavior is you redirect to place, and it happens very, very quickly. I just had a session, first session, The dog was already trained through another company. I said, this is going to be real easy. I said, all you're going to do, I said, what was the last stim level that you used to interrupt this dog from going attacking someone? And they said 100. And I said, okay, did it work? And they said yes. And I said, okay, start at 100. So that's as high as it goes. This is another system. Same spectrum of electricity, but it only has 100 levels. I knocked on the door. I rang the doorbell. The dog barked. She corrected the dog. She showed the dog where he could go with that arousal. She had to tap it one time. He was perfect the rest of the time. I'll have to show you the pictures. I mean, he killed it. It was wonderful. So that's the thing is, if I use punishment properly, I can get in and get out and be done with it, right? So there are some areas that you could just tell he's so sensitive.
He's looking at you, just what?
I know. You could tell that there's just some areas where he craves this kind of respect. Like he wants leadership. He wants that person that says like, no, you just can't do this. And eventually what happens is he gets curious about the same person that originally gave him that aversive punishment. And that's what's funny is that's kind of how dogs are, is if you show them who's boss a little bit, they'll be like, okay, you're the one who
You're the pack leader.
I can trust
Yeah.
that. And that's what it is it's trust, right? Just like on the positive side, he has to trust that every time that he recalls to me, he's going to get paid, whether it's through physical touch or through a toy or a treat toy or touch is always going to happen, right? So trust is positive, but trust also should happen from the promise of punishment. So what that means is if someone comes over and knocks on the door, then what my dogs will do is they're allowed to bark one time and then they have to go to their spot. Now notice how he's already redirecting to that.
I'm gonna give you my car.
Right? So where I want him to go though is to his placemat. So all I do is as soon as that happens, I lead the dog to the placemat. It's like a trigger that turns that off. So that's what we're going to work on today, is a little bit of that, and then I want to give him a chance to kind of blow off some steam outside a little bit. Cause he's silly boy. He's a little boy. Come here, you little dog boss. You're so silly.
Now you know you want to.
Get down. Get down. Get down.
Go see Uncle Matt.
Come here.
Go see Uncle Matt.
Yeah, boy. What?
No.
Get off of there. Push him off. Tell him off.
Come on.
Off.
And I want you to start claiming your space a little bit more for the couch. I don't want him jumping up on his own anymore.
Yeah, he does that.
Off.
He does that a lot.
And next time he tries to do it, I'm going to block him. And if I need to, I'll punish it. Okay? So what I'm going to do is I want you guys to actually feel this. So I'm going to turn it on and pair it. And it has a vibration, which doesn't turn up, and then it has the electric. So I just want you to tell me the first time that you feel anything at all, okay? All right, John's gonna go first.
Oh, I want her to go first.
Okay.
Okay, that's fine.
Do I put my hands there?
Mom is probably a lot more
And then-
strong.
Is that where I put it?
Yeah, that's perfect. And it's not a shock. It's very, very subtle. So once you feel it, I want you to tell me what that feels like, okay? So this is the vibration.
Okay.
It doesn't turn up.
Yeah.
It's always the same. You can hold it or you can tap it,
Yeah,
right?
I feel that.
So the electric is much more subtle, so it'll probably take you a second before you feel it.
Okay.
Okay,
Very subtle.
now John,
It's very subtle.
why do we know she's lying? Look at the remote.
0.
It's on 0.
I
okay?
swear I thought
I know that, and I
Okay.
don't think that you're actually. I think that you think that
Yeah.
you do feel it, and that's
Excellent.
called being
Excellent.
a psychosomatic reaction.
Yeah,
So this
yeah.
is why I do this.
Okay.
Is that dogs have that sometimes, where I'll tap a couple times, and I think that they're responding, but then I go up a little bit higher, and they go, "What's that?" And they go, "I feel that for sure." And there's an obvious change in behavior. So now I'm gonna start turning it up a little bit.
Okay.
I always do this with every client. If you ever watch an ecollar orientation video, this is what I do with everybody, and it's really cool to see where people's baselines fall. You're such a handsome boy.
Yes.
Good. He said, "What is this thing? What is this thing?" Off.
Down, boy. Down.
Off.
Oh.
Mm-hmm.
Never mind.
He goes, oh man.
Uncle Matt.
That's not fair. You're changing all my structure in my home. You're taking all my fun away. But that's okay, because we're going to show you where you can get your fun now. We're going to give you a lot more fun, because you're going to be able to run off the leash and be a crazy boy, just like you are. You know? You can still feel the vibration?
I don't feel anything.
You don't feel vibration right now? Let me see it. You don't feel the oh man, your hands must have some neuropathy. Because I can feel it. Okay, put your fingers back on it. Can you feel that? That vibration?
Now I can.
Okay. Alright. Good. I'm just making sure.
Okay. Now I feel something in the tip of my finger.
Okay, can you still feel it? I'm going to go down a little bit. Can you still feel it right here?
Yes.
Okay.
One finger.
What about right there?
Yeah.
Okay. What about here?
Barely.
Okay. So your baseline is a 12. Okay. So that's 12 out of 127. So you're like 10% up there. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Swap it over to John. I'm going to go back down to 0 again. And just tell me the first time. So this is the vibrate. You can either hold it or you can tap it. And I usually use the vibrate for things like I already have the dog on the leash and I'm just trying to like get him to speed up a little bit. Other than that, I don't use the vibrate a whole lot.
He probably needs to pee.
Mm.
Well, I think y'all are going out in a minute.
Yeah, probably.
Yep.
Uncle Matt got his excitement level up.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I feel it.
Okay.
Just barely.
Can you still feel it right here?
A little bit.
Okay.
Yeah.
So your baseline is a 14. So y'all are just a couple of numbers apart. Now, guess what his probably is?
I'm not guessing.
30? 30?
Baseline. The first thing that he can feel.
Okay. Oh, I don't have a clue.
Probably like a 4.
Oh, really?
Really?
Very low. Very subtle. So just for reference, mine's a 16. Mila's is a 6. So, and she has like a very muscular neck and everything. Pitties usually are like a 3 or a 4. Now, when his arousal is high, we're not using a 3 or a 4, right? Like we're using, because we have arousal, we have rehearsal history that's going on there. So we know, we can tell, right, that he needs to calm it down a little bit and we have to be able to overwhelm, we have to go above the level of arousal and above his rehearsal history. Because if we don't, we can't really communicate with the dog. We have that auditory exclusion happening where he's just not going to listen. So today what I want to do is I want to do a little bit with the long leash, but I also want to show him how to turn this off. So what we're going to do, since he's not acclimated to it yet, is use the vibration today, since y'all don't have one. So I'll use it a little bit and I'll probably do it closer to the end of the lesson. But the mentality behind the e-collar is that if I can make a payment possible for the dog, then the dog trusts that they're going to get paid there. If I can make a punishment available for the dog from anywhere, then obedience is probable everywhere. Mm-hmm. So that's where the e-collar, I don't have to reach down and grab a leash. I don't have to put my foot on the leash. I don't have to even approach the dog. As soon as he stands up on that placemat, I say no. I hold that stem until the dog drops down, or I scroll up and I give him one singular tap and as a correction, and I send him right back onto place again. So, do you need to go pee-pee? You need to go potty? All right, let's take him outside to go potty real quick.
I love this thing already.
Yeah.
Because the thing about him is, you know, he's so friendly.
Yeah.
He's scared. Not half the people around here are scared of him.
Sure.
And because will go for him, and he looks like he's going to attack, but he's not.
Yeah,
He's just
friendly.
jumping, and but
He's
it's
excited.
so scary for them.
Yeah.
And everybody has a little dog. Nico let him know everything. We did 1-on-1 on Saturday, and Nico was, and that was it. I mean,
He's like, nope.
showed the teeth and everything.
So, what I want to do is show you kind of where this goes on. And I'm going to let him wear it for just a second, and I'm going to switch him over to his long leash. Hi, buddy. You're so handsome. Because I want him to feel like he can actually zoom around.
Oh, I know it. I love when he does.
Did he get to go pee?
Yeah.
Go zoom. Go zoom.
Yes, I do.
Yeah, there it is. Get it. I'm going to give him 5 minutes to just do whatever he wants. Run, run, run! Oh. Yeah, get it. Get it, Bubba. Run, run, run. Right there. Okay, notice he's finding that correction all on his own. I'm just going to poke it over a little bit. Yeah, what are you doing? What are you doing? Oh, there it is. Good boy. Yeah, he's going to hit that tree right there. Yeah. Notice there's no rules, no structure, no commands. Just run.
Be a dog.
Well, he just has his regular collar.
It's called a space game because we're playing with space a little bit. Run, run, run! Oh, there it is. Good boy. Good job. And staffies, it's so funny, they'll tire out so quickly.
Oh, that's so true. And it does.
He'll work for like 3 minutes and be like, okay,
That's
I'm
right.
good.
That's exactly right.
There he goes. He's starting to tip over a little bit.
He's figuring out what 30 feet is.
Slowing down a little bit. We're gonna let him just take this and break it into 1,000 pieces. Good job. That's Mila's favorite thing is take a stick
Oh
and
yeah.
eviscerate it.
Yes, he was a beaver in his other life. He loves chewing on wood.
Yeah, he's a good boy. What's this? What's this? You want this? Come get it. You want this? Yeah, good boy. Get it, get it, get it. Break it into 1,000 pieces. Good job. See, all this stuff, it's like eating a bag of Doritos. It's like crunchy, it's like stress relieving. It's fun. You like it, He's just having the best time. Good job, buddy. So right now, which of the 4 windows are we in?
Oh my goodness.
It's easy. Am I giving him commands or anything?
No.
So
Fun.
He's in play.
No,
Fun.
he's in freedom.
Oh, freedom.
Okay.
Okay.
So freedom is just go blast energy into the environment. Now, am I helping him do that? Yes,
Yeah.
I'm getting him excited. I'm letting
Assistant,
him
yeah.
kind of blow off that arousal. So once I start to get that down regulation and I start to see him kind of coexisting with nature a little bit, that's where I'll go, okay, let's see what he'll do with this toy. Toss me that little ball real quick. So before I start doing fetch,
I want to make sure that he'll tug with me first, because possession is 9/10 of play. Okay? And what I mean by that is I want him to take this ball in his mouth and take it from me like 5 or 6 times, if I can get him to do it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start kind of playing a game, and this needs to become prey, because I'm working with this being kind of like an animal. Okay?
Yeah.
So I want him to start to follow me. You want to play? You want to play? I'm going to pull him away from the stick for a sec.
Maybe.
Come on. Yeah. A little curiosity. Yeah.
I'll just drag myself to it.
And then I want to build some frustration. I want him to take it from me. Yeah, go boy. And then I want him to go celebrate. Good job. Go boy. Very nice.
Mine.
Very good. Now, this is very gentle. Like, you notice how in a second, we're going to be able to go full bore. I'm going to be smacking him on the ribs and on the ass, and he's going to go crazy. But in the beginning, I play very gentle, and I want him to take that toy and take it away from me. So by letting him do that, I'm showing him, I want you to feel comfortable having possession of that toy. Okay? I'm going to do the same thing right now. Yes, good job. And you can tell he gets it, right? Staffies are so good at possession games. Really good. Okay? I'm gonna do it again. Get it. Yeah, get it. Yeah, good boy! That was so good! Yeah, good boy! Good job, buddy! Good job! Awesome job. Very nice. Yeah, good job, buddy. Good job. Good, good. Good boy.
That's
See,
a trick.
this is something that I can't teach him to do. He already knows how to do it. We're just tapping into that crazy part of him that needs to have kind of a controlled aggression with the handle. So the whole purpose of play is to show him how to have this controlled aggression with me and how to not put his teeth on, right? So what he learns to do is, you see him doing it. He's putting his teeth on the toy instead of trying to push me away from it, okay?
Have a good time.
Yeah, there we go. He's starting to take the toy away from me, which is actually what I want, okay? I'm going to walk up this time, and I'm going to limit his access on the leash here. He's holding him. Hold him. There we go. Now I've got frustration. go, go! Good boy! Good job! Get it! Oh, sit on the potato. Good boy! Hey, buddy! Good boy! Good job! Yeah. Good job! Very nice. Got some good possession here. Good associations with it, too. Now notice, as I do this, he feels more comfortable coming into my space because what have I allowed him to do? Take possession of it.
Yeah.
That's the whole point. Possession is 9/10 of play. He needs to understand that I'm going to let him possess that thing, and I'm not going to take it away from him, and if I do, it's not going to be for long. So I'm going to be fair with it. Alright? I'm going to go on and grab the toy because oh, and then he runs. Oh, wow. Look how handsome. Wow. Hand goes on the dog first. Hand goes on the tail. There we go. Starting to get tugged now. You see that?
Yeah.
Good. I want him to take it from you again. Yeah, good job. Run,
The
run,
victory
run.
roll.
I'm going to move away from him. Good job. Good boy, go run. Good boy. Nice job. Good. I'm gonna go pet him. Good boy. Nice and calm. I'm not acting like I'm stopping praying. Yes, good boy. Take a little dive there.
That's his victory
Boy.
turn. Swallow. Wallow.
He's like a
Victory
walrus.
wallow.
Yeah.
Look, I'm watching him.
Oh.
Notice I'm limiting where he can go now. Because
Oh.
all I want to do is put my hand right here. I want to touch the dog, okay? Good boy. And continue to allow him to possess it. Then my hand slowly goes to the ball, and I start tugging. Good. There we go. There we go. Good. Get it. And I start pushing him away. And I can start building my intensity here, okay? Now I have some really good, coherent moves. Tired? Yeah, go boy. Throw a praise party. Nice job. Very good. Yeah, good job, buddy. Very good. And I'll keep these sessions real short, so I'm wrapping up now. Yes, good boy. So you notice how when I turn on possession by threatening the possession of the toy, he picks it up, I mark him with a yes. Now eventually the way that that will work is this will become fetch. I throw it, he picks it up, I say yes, and I back away and he brings it to me, okay? And that's why you use your long leash, okay?
Yeah.
So I'm going to give him a little pressure here. Nothing crazy. Let's go. You do it good, buddy.
I'm getting in the shape.
Good. And notice that as I pet him, he's not trying to run away. Because he knows that he can trust me not to take the toy without making it part of the game. There we go. Very good.
That's a good tug.
At the very end of the session, I'm going to bring him back over here a little closer. At the
very end of the session, I want to give him one singular out. And out means that I'm gonna turn off all the pressure. So it's in his mouth, we're fighting, and I go, oh, sorry, that was too much pressure. You tired already? Yeah, sleepy boy. Good job, buddy. Good boy. Good. Beau here. Come on. Come on. Yeah, good boy. Get it. Good job, buddy. Nice job. Oh, good job. Out. Good. Sit. Yes, good job, buddy. Go celebrate. Nice job. Same thing. Yeah, shake it. Yes, good. Go get him. He's done. He's toast right now. So I'll do one repetition of out at the end of the session, just so that he knows I'm going to relax this tug to him so that I turn off that pressure. Because if I try to take it away from him while telling him to out, I'm telling him two different things. I'm simultaneously telling him to spit it out while I'm trying to take it from him, right?
Yeah.
So if I don't relax that pressure to him so that he can start going like this instead of just holding, he'll start going, nom, nom, it's dead now. And he starts to realize this isn't really fun until I bring it back to you, okay? Which is why the dog retrieves the ball to the owner, because they want the game to continue, okay? So that was perfect. I mean, textbook for what I knew he was gonna do, okay? So, he's getting kind of sleepy, so I don't want to do too much more here. Yeah, he is just like collapsed right now. What a cutie. All right, I gotta move this out of the sun a little bit. Hi, Turkey. Hi, Turkey. What are you doing?
One day last week, he did get a chance to romp with 2 other dogs
Nice.
in the park.
I bet you loved
One
that,
of them
didn't
is a
you?
Standard schnauzer.
Oh, cool. Like a big one.
And the other one is a little Havanese. And there's this huge field. And
No.
the
No.
other friends of mine, we just turned them loose out in the field.
Yeah.
And they ran and, mouth off with each
Yeah,
other
that's
and
awesome.
just had the best time.
No.
Beau
So
is
notice.
so funny is how he does that roll.
Yes.
I mean, he'll be running along at 20 miles an hour and then just
roll.
5 times and pop up. But the grass was wet. He was soaking wet afterwards. He had so much fun.
That makes me so happy, man. It's cool to see how much access that you guys give him to biological fulfillment. Like it's really, really wise. It'll keep him from so much trouble. So I'm literally going to just show you in just a few minutes how I teach the ecollar. Good boy. Oh, you sweetie. Yeah. So where this goes, oh, you just give a little kitty rub down, don't you? Just need a little rub down. There he is. Yeah. Good boy. Good man. That's what I need right there, Uncle Matt. Good job, buddy. Good man. I think you are just so handsome. Come here, buddy. Oh, goodness. Come here. Come here. I can make you come over to me, or you can do it yourself. There you go. Very nice.
You know, one thing that worries me, I don't think he likes children.
Really?
Yes.
That's shocking
It
to me.
surprised me.
Yeah.
The lady over here came outside with a little kid the other day.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I will say the kid came out kind of screechy, and Beau just growled at her. And
Yeah.
she kept trying to come up to him, and he was getting away from her and just growling.
Yeah. Kids are kind of interesting when it comes to dogs. I don't always let my dogs get met by kids. Good boy. Just because they don't really always know how to meet a dog.
Right.
But I think it was probably just because of how she acted.
Yeah.
But small people, he needs to get used to small people. So it's one of those things that if you get the level of control that you're looking for, then I would start exposing him to at least seeing kids at a distance. And then if he messes up, once you get the e-collar, if he decides that makes the wrong decision, you just punish him for it. And you go, no, you're not allowed to do that, you know? With my dogs, Milo, he's my Staffy. He has more like American Bulldog and Staffy in him than he does Pit Bull. But he doesn't like kids, especially around like the table, if he's especially underneath the table and they start like running around while we're eating. He gets very weird about that, and he'll kind of like nip a little bit. It's not like a forward aggression. It's more of just like, hey, stop. Like I'm trying to control the situation a little bit. And so I don't let him do that. And I usually put him away when we're eating, just to make sure that if there's any kids around, that he's not like trying to stop them from running or playing or anything. But the way that I handled it when it happened was he was on a leash, he had a prong collar on, and I smacked the crap out of him with that prong collar. I mean, I really gave him a firm correction, and he stopped, and he didn't do it the rest of the time that we were there. So you gotta take that there, buddy. There you go.
Yes, he gets in the weeds when we walk in the morning. He loves the weeds.
Yeah.
I mean, this morning he got in the high stuff, and he was just moving around in those weeds.
So I'm going to show you really quick kind of the pressure of the e-collar using the vibration. So this is for recall. So he already knows how to come to it. So I'm going to show that to you really quick without using the e-collar. I'm going to say, Beau, here. Yes, good boy. And I can squat down if I need to, and I can shorten the leash if I need to. Come here, buddy. Come here. Come here, you little stinker. Now I'll keep shortening that leash until he moves up towards me. I'm turning pressure on. Come on. Come on. Come on. Move your little booty. Oh, almost fell over. No. Come on. Tap, tap, tap. Free. Oh, here? Yes, good boy. So as soon as he starts coming to me, I give him a little marker word, and then I guide him all the way in. Good job. Your poor collar is so loose.
Yeah, it gets loose. It's not very good for
I
loose
would
work.
recommend Joel Silverman makes these collars that are they're leather, and it's a martingale style collar, and they're really good for training,
Yeah,
and they don't come off, which is really cool. Good job.
yeah, that one's crappy collar. I never use it for the leash.
Over here. Yes, good boy. So notice how I'm applying just a little bit of leash pressure there. So will leash pressure turn back on? No.
starting to learn. The pressure turns off whenever I offer. Free. Now I'm gonna mix in the e-collar. Full vibrate. You notice it? Beau here. Yes, and as soon as he starts to come towards me, that's when I give him that marker word. And when he gets to me, I give him that word. Good. So velvet. Free. Further this time. Beau here. Yes, good job. Notice I didn't have to do any leash pressure that time. Very good. And that's what you start to see with the e-collar is I can start fading the leash out because I have a different kind of pressure that's at play. Free. Yes, good job. We got a little thing going here. Very nice, buddy. Now he stopped, so I'm going to apply that pressure again. I'm holding that vibration. Beau here. I'll help him. Come on. Still holding that vibration. Yes. And I release it. Now. Sit.
Playing with those dogs in the field, he didn't have good placement.
Yeah.
It was because it's a different level of
Oh,
fitness.
yeah, big time. I think he looks so different. Like, he's not too fat. I feel like a lot of times, pitties, especially pitty mixes, they tend to get a little chunky. And, yeah, I think he looks great. I think y'all are doing an incredible job.
Well,
Good job, buddy.
try not to overfeed him.
Yeah,
If I know he's going to get some treats, I cut back on his food.
yeah, that's awesome. So since he's stationary here, I'm gonna go ahead and call him again.
Now, with the vibration, is it continuous or just?
I'll hold it. So watch my finger here. Beau here. I'm holding it. I'm backing up.
Is it vibrating now?
It's vibrating right now. Beau here. Come on. Yes, and as soon as I say yes, I've already released. Okay? Good boy. Hi. What are you doing? There we go. Good job. Now, so notice I'm able to send them and I'm able to receive them too.
Yeah.
Got Beau here. Vibrating. Yes, good job. Yeah, you're gonna play a game with me. I'm turning on that vibrate again. Yes, good boy. Notice I'm pulling. I'm not going towards him, I'm moving away from him. Yes.
Got his second win.
Yes, he did. Good job. And he's starting to realize that that pressure turns, no, that pressure turns on. Yes, good boy. That pressure turns on until he off. Go. Nice. Play, play, play. Zoom, zoom, zoom. Yeah, you're so cute. I'm gonna let him play for just a second. Good job. Here.